This show is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to the deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Bev's Video Kingdom is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
That's my favorite part of that.
It's so good. And hey, folks, just so you know, we're doing an AI episode this week, but actually, this is not an AI Chat GPT generated intro. Sorry for you. This is just real, actually, me talking.
We have to use words.
I know. I sound hella dumb. I'm like, Chat GPT. Can't even talk.
We're making sounds.
It's crazy how advanced Chat GPT has gotten that even puts those little
just
blurbs
kidding,
in.
folks. This is a script. It even told me to fuck up. This is wild. All right, so we're fresh off of our Ex Machina pod from last week, and we are now in the month of March, and we got a draft for you today. But before, we've got some exciting news, everybody. It is March, which means...
My dad's birthday is this month.
Walter Ramirez is here. Last Call Brewing in the house.
Happy birthday, Mr. Ramirez.
Senior.
There you go. It is Walter Senior.
Walt Senior.
Yeah, his birthday's March 23rd.
It's like Breaking Bad.
My mom's birthday is March 9th.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Damn, let's celebrate all the...
No, there's more exciting news, though, Brad.
Yeah.
I think there might be. So, Scotch Beck, we're part of the Deluxe Edition Network.
We are.
But what is going on this month? We always have to find out who the podcast of the month is. What fucked up dumb pod is it?
Well, if it's just kind of goes to show, if you bitch and complain enough, like Zach likes to do,
BVK is the pod of the month, bitches. BVK is the pod of the month on the Deluxe Edition Network. And I will say this, that our guest judge today, King of the Hoisters, Hank Postma, is going to be judging us. And he specifically was actually talking to the Deluxe Edition Network folks and saying, we need BVK as the pod of the month.
They also drink quite a bit of beer at our tap room at Last Call, I thought, a couple weeks ago.
Casey came in and I think we might have, I think the Last Call beer probably pushed it over the edge.
we got
for
him
us.
drunk. We got him to sign some papers. And
Yeah.
we are the pod of the month.
There you go. That's the way it goes.
So if you guys haven't listened to us yet, listen to the pod of the month, Bev's Video Kingdom.
There's also
great pod out
You
there.
should definitely check it out.
Deluxe Edition double IPA in the works, maybe. I don't know. If you treat my boys right here at BVK, maybe we do that. I don't know.
Casey,
I don't know.
are you listening, Casey?
I don't know.
Oh,
The Deluxe IPA.
Deluxe
Yeah,
Edition.
Did that work? No.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that name a little bit. Walter's suddenly not very excited anymore. Look at his face. Look at his face. He's just like, yeah, why did I say that?
Why, don't let the non-beer drinker get involved in this conversation. This is a beer drinker
We'll just
conversation.
ferment a bunch of grenadine. It'll be fun.
Oh, shit. When are you going to make me a grenadine beer, bitch?
Grenadine Ghost.
with notes of grenadine.
Is that how you say ghost? Goze?
I think it's actually pronounced Goza.
Goza. Okay.
But
Grenadine Goza.
we're in America. Do whatever you want, dude.
All right.
What
So
the country was founded on.
Isn't Goza like a dumpling? Is that?
No.
Gyoza. You're thinking of gyoza, Japanese
That's
dumplings.
a Japanese word.
That's same.
Isn't Gozer the main ghost in
Oh,
Ghostbusters?
Gozer.
Ghostbusters.
Dozer.
Ghostbusters for sure.
Isn't Dozer from American Gladiator?
Dozer.
Aren't the Doozers? Weren't they on the fucking what was that? What was that movie on HBO? That fucked up kids show where they had they made it onion stick.
I don't know anything about kids shows.
Doozers.
What were the Doozers? Oh, Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
That's what the Doozers were part of. So that was a
Leave it to
weird
Brad to
segment.
bring in the fucking puppets.
Yeah.
Oh, Fraggle Rock. Remember Fraggle Rock?
I love Fraggle Rock.
No. Yeah.
Down at Fraggle
I'm
Rock.
talking about it. I'm talking about a different Fraggle Rock, bro.
Fraggle Tooth.
Blast from the past. that is a
That's
conversation
a story for
later.
another time.
Oh,
Okay.
goodness. Did Fraggle Rock have any AI in it?
I don't know. No, it was this weird little fucked up
Are
world.
Muppets not AI?
It was pretty straight up, just weird.
Hold on. Are
looking,
Muppets not AI, though?
There was some dude and he had a cool
Fair
dog.
point.
I know that.
I mean, if Elmo's alive and he was just a stuffed animal.
Okay, here, let me tell you and this is completely random, and there's going to be 7 people that are going to appreciate this. The worst thing about Fraggle Rock is that the main characters were the Fraggles. They were all cool and stuff. But the Doozers were these little construction dudes that would just make shit out of onion posts. Like their steel was basically like onion powder that they made into like sticks. And that's how they would construct shit. But the Fraggles loved that shit. And so they would just come over and just eat all that shit and then fuck up the Doozers. And the Doozers would be like, shit, I guess we got to build it again. And they just start building it again.
So Fraggle Rock was kind of like AI just taking over the whole universe.
What was that movie that Zach talked about last? Oh, The Day Without a Mexican. So essentially, the Fraggles ate all the Mexicans' work, and the Mexicans just kept on building the onion.
Shit, this was way deeper than I thought it was as a kid's show.
I mean, that's kind of that's literally California, right? Like,
yeah,
Mexicans just produce all the food, and
then we all just eat the onion stalks.
I need to find out who the fucking the creator of Fraggle Rock. He was trying to make some deep shit, and we all missed it as little kids.
I never watched it. I didn't have cable.
I used to watch it at a friend's house.
I'm just here to fucking draft.
Are we drafting?
We are drafting. We're going to draft today on the heels of Ex Machina, the movie. It deals with deep issues of artificial intelligence, and so we thought, why not draft the most memorable artificial intelligence characters in movies?
And Zach is still gone.
And Zach is still fucking his Roomba? Is that what we said?
No. The Roomba's fucking him.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He sent me a photo. It's disturbing.
Yeah,
You guys don't want to see it.
They swap a rude.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. As long as he cleans out the equipment and stuff, it's going to be okay.
So
No. His equipment is getting cleaned out. You guys don't want to see it.
Equipment's clean. It's clean. It's been clean.
So we really didn't discuss this topic too closely. Like, are there any caveats or anything like that we can think of that isn't going to qualify? Or
I think we have the discussion.
It's pretty
because robot AI versus robot versus whatever. We're gonna figure that out. I think we can just talk it out as we move forward.
Okay.
I don't think we need any caveats because I got shit on for all my caveats last week. Like there was 2 weeks ago in our draft.
I appreciated them though.
I like a caveat.
There was a lot of caveats.
Because if we didn't have those caveats last draft, then everybody's like, "Fucking Chuck Norris! You should have picked Chuck Norris."
I thought you guys were talking about Cadbury eggs. That's what I liked. I didn't like the caveats. So my bad.
It is March. We're getting closer to Easter. So those Cadbury eggs are going to be just right there at the end of the grocery store. You know, they have them sitting there just like, hey, you want a couple Cadbury eggs? And you're like, fuck yeah, I do. Love that yolk. None of y'all eat Cadbury eggs?
I just brought it up. Of course I do.
There's white and creamy shit in the middle.
Oh, shit. That's right. You don't like
Dude, what is... Okay,
you don't like white creamy shit?
What is the best Easter treat? Like
good question.
100%.
Cadbury
Wrong.
Reese's eggs, bro.
Reese's eggs for fucking sure.
Reese's eggs are the answer.
What about those little speckled, crunchy, like malt ball, like they're like Whoppers?
Oh,
That's
you're
cool.
talking about the Robin's eggs.
Robin's eggs.
If you run out of Reese's eggs, those are great.
No, the peanut butter.
Wait, just because is it the chocolate to peanut butter ratio in the Reese's eggs is better?
Yeah, and I'll go a step further in saying that the chocolate the Reese's Easter egg is the best version of Reese's that there is.
I agree because there's a lot of
pumpkins. They do other shit.
Pumpkins. They do trees.
I disagree.
I
disagree.
And I think the egg is the
perfect ratio.
The piece is the perfect one because you can throw as many or as a few as you want in your mouth. The piece.
Get the
Reese's
fuck out of here! What is he even talking about?
This guy?
Yeah.
Did we invite him on?
What is this draft? This is like a mini draft.
For the love of God,
we just had an Easter mini draft.
I love a Reese's Pieces.
We're like a
That's
month and 2 weeks away from Easter.
Hey, you want 1 or you want 100? You can pick.
They're not even the same thing.
You can pick.
One has a crunchy shell.
They don't taste.
Hey, that's why they're the best.
Christ.
Could you imagine a Reese's Easter egg with a crunchy shell?
I don't want to imagine it. I don't want to live in that AI world.
You should, because it's coming. The robots are going to take over.
When the robots get here, they're going to fuck all up.
They're going to shove us.
They're going to fuck up all our
They're going to put candy shells on every Reese's Pieces. Or every Reese's.
Why are we even fucking here, Brad? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I think we're here for a particular reason. I think it's this.
God, I want to play that on Guitar Hero.
I have to say, I went on the Hoisting Heavies podcast just recently.
Oh, nice.
Good guys
And
over there.
I'm hoping it's out by
Josh and
now. I
Josh.
think it's probably out by now. And we had it was myself and we had Maddie from the Real Drunks podcast was on with Josh and Ed, and Josh had like a little like description thing on his buttons.
Like a professional.
Wow.
And
who would ever think of anything like that?
That's weird.
And I'll say I figured out the button. I made it happen, but I probably need to put some labels on my bike.
You
We've talked
think
about
so?
that many
No,
times.
maybe.
Did you record in the Barton garage? Is that where you recorded?
We were at the Shab and Bassett.
The Shab and Bassett?
It was very nice. And
It's a nice studio.
We did
Giant fridge. Good beer.
Oh man, the beers that were flowing through. It started with the BVK IPA.
As
Original or director's cut?
Director's cut.
As all good things will.
And then, we went through a lot of stuff. It's about 2 hours, 45 minutes. Check it out. Hoisting Heavies podcast if you have not. So, I got to say, we do need a draft order, right?
Yes, we do. How are we going to come up with one?
So Chat GPT is going to get involved now because I basically created a little prompt for it to say, I need a draft order with the 4 gentlemen that I'm sitting here with, and I need a story.
So that you didn't do this ahead of time. You're going to hit enter right now?
I'm going to hit, and it's going to start popping. If somebody wants to come over here and
Holy
confirm.
shit.
No, so what did you put in?
It's real time. Yeah,
Okay,
what's your prompt?
I'll read you my prompt.
Yeah.
I'll read you my prompt. My prompt is very simple. It says, create an absurd story that ends with determining a 4-person draft order for a movie draft podcast. The 4 names are Brad, Nate, Scott, and their guest drafter, Walter.
Gee.
Okay.
It's very simple.
I'm going to come.
Let's see what Chat GPT comes up. I'm just going to read it. Here we go.
Okay.
Straight from what it says. Here we go. Once upon a time in a land where movie-loving unicorns roamed free, 3 friends named Brad, Nate, and Scott decided to start a movie draft podcast. They invited their friend Walter to be their first guest drafter. That's not true. As they gathered around the table to start the draft.
Wait, hold on. I'm the first ever guest?
Yeah, congratulations.
They realized
Walter.
they had no idea how to determine the draft order. Suddenly, a unicorn appeared out of nowhere wearing a top hat and a monocle.
God, I love
The
unicorns.
unicorn introduced himself as Sir Reginald, and he offered to help them determine the draft order. The friends were ecstatic and agreed to Sir Reginald's proposal. Sir Reginald explained that they would have to participate in a unicorn race, and the order in which they finished would determine their draft order.
Unicorn race.
This is better than any story Brad ever made.
Chat GPT is probably figuring out the draft order from now on. All right, continued. Brad, Nate, Scott, and Walter mounted their unicorns, and the race began. Brad's unicorn had a flat tire, so he was quickly left
Holy
behind.
shit, there's tires on these unicorns?
Nate's unicorn got lost and ended up in a field of carrots, leaving him in last place.
Oh.
Scott's unicorn was too busy dancing to the music playing in his head, so he was also falling behind.
You're a
Walter,
musician.
however, was riding the fastest unicorn in the land. His unicorn had a jetpack and was soaring through the air, leaving the others in the dust.
Jesus.
Walter crossed the finish line first, and Sir Reginald declared him the winner. Nate came in last. Brad was still fixing his unicorn's flat tire, and Scott was still lost in his own world. Sir Reginald then announced the draft order to be determined by the order in which they crossed the finish line. Walter got the first pick, followed by Scott, then Brad, and finally Nate.
There's a lot of unnecessary.
Oh my god.
Unnecessary doubling back there.
The friends were thrilled and thanked Sir Reginald for his help. They went on to have a successful movie draft podcast, always remembering the unicorn race that helped them determine the draft order.
There's a lot of redundancy there.
Never forget.
Never forget the redundancy.
Never forget the unicorn race. Never.
Obviously, the shorter prompts will let it just kind of can just do its own thing and
I love
freestyle.
Yeah.
Personally, I think we should probably make Unicorn our new mascot.
I just think Chat GPT is going to choose the draft order from now on.
No reason not to.
I mean,
Oh my lord!
There was no prompt anywhere there that had to do with unicorns. It just
I said absurd story. I did say I did use the word absurd. I said ends with
Like unicorns.
create an absurd story.
Okay, but hold on. Are unicorns absurd? Because what's more unrealistic? A horse with a horn or a fucking horse with a 25-foot neck? That's a giraffe. Which one of those is more insane?
That's true.
That's a great point. I never thought about that.
I don't know, man.
Just saying.
The world
We got
is
one. We don't
absurd.
have the other. Aliens.
Fucking aliens.
All right, so
It's aliens.
it's Walter, Brad, Scott, and me.
Walter got the first pick, followed by Scott,
Let's do
then
this.
Brad, and finally Nate.
Okay.
Can we make trades?
And just so we know,
What kind of
Chat
grenadine beer are you gonna
GPT
make
gave
for
me the third pick. Fuck Chat GPT.
So it's me.
I've been abusing it. I've
Scott,
been putting it to
Brad,
work
Nate.
lately.
Me,
So it's
Scott,
like,
Brad, Nate.
I think I've been putting it to work lately. So it's like, fuck Brad. He's getting the third pick for sure.
How many rounds?
Four rounds.
4 rounds. Okay.
Four rounds.
All right.
And yeah, so the third pick is historically not a great spot to be in.
Historically, not. But you know what?
You never know.
What about the first pick for the first time drafters?
That's never happened. That has never happened.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, the first time drafters never gotten the first pick.
Your unicorn was
Not
fast
even-
as fuck.
Now, so the best any guest judge or guest drafter has done is third place, I believe.
And is that you?
No,
No.
both
Oh.
guest drafters have gotten third place. That was Josh, and that was also Matt.
You
Oh, okay.
You got a
Oh, fuck. All right. God damn. That's not good.
easy road though.
All you got to do is get second.
All right. Well, so I have the first pick, is what we're saying, right?
That's what we're saying.
Okay. Most memorable AI in film is what we're going
That's
with,
what
right?
we're doing.
That's the
Did you say
draft.
character or most memorable?
This most memorable AI, period, right?
Yeah.
The entity, the AI
Okay.
entity.
All right. Okay.
All right. So I'd have to say, in terms of the most memorable AI in film,
Hold on, real quick before you say it. Do we have to say a specific movie, or is it just a character that could be in multiple movies, or we got to say a specific movie?
I
Well-
think if you say the character, I would imagine.
Well, like if you picked Indiana Jones, you'd have it for all the Indiana Jones movies.
he's
say
Indiana
yes. Okay.
Jones in all the movies,
Gotcha.
right? Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
all good.
And he is.
Hold on, Indiana Jones is an android?
Yeah, he's an android.
Yeah,
You didn't know that?
He's my first pick.
he's the same guy from Blade Runner.
All right, so my first pick is Indiana Jones. That's a joke. God, I wanted more laughs from that. That makes me sound like an asshole. All right.
It's all right.
Number one pick, most memorable AI in film. I would have to say the first one on my list is the first one that's highlighted, and the highlighted ones on my list are the ones that I wanted. It's got to be Agent Smith from the Matrix films. Agent Smith.
Yep.
I mean, the Wachowskis, I think they're sisters now, not brothers anymore. What a groundbreaking film.
Yeah, I mean
Right?
that's one of those movies I walked out of there just saying, "What the fuck just happened to me?" That was
Exactly. Like I got to see it
unbelievable.
again to understand it. And then Neo gets sucked into the Matrix, and who's the main robot fighting him?
He's like the spokesperson for like
Smith.
for
for AI for AI takeover.
Yeah,
For the fear of all of humanity is Agent Smith.
particularly in the first movie. Like the first
Yeah.
movie is where
Yeah.
it's like he really comes through as like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you why the computer's doing this shit and why you're fucking wrong. And yeah,
So my first pick is Agent Smith from the Matrix franchise.
I dig that. I don't know if that's number one.
I don't think it's necessarily number one. It's definitely first rounder to me for sure. I'm not gonna.
That's
I'm
because
not
you
gonna.
guys didn't have the number one pick.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Number one pick sometimes tough. It sucks,
Yeah.
especially in this category where it's very wide open.
Yeah. So, to me, the absolute number one pick.
I know who you're gonna go with. I know who you're gonna go with right away.
Yeah, it's the number one. If you look it up, anytime AI has been talked about in the history of film, HAL from 2001: A Space Odyssey is the most iconic AI that's ever existed in movies. So personally, I think that's the first pick.
I don't think you're wrong.
But-
I don't think you're wrong. But also, when I made my list, I didn't think I'd be the first pick, so I wrote that off as someone else would already have it.
Right,
Younger generations probably not.
right. But I'm just saying.
I mean, the only reason I know open the pod bay doors, Hal. I
Right.
mean, the only reason I know that line is because of Simpsons. I think.
Well, so basically, he's part of Simpsons lexicon.
They did-
so,
they
which
did, yeah.
means that it's legit. So, all I know is I don't think I could not pick that at this point. I love the Agent Smith pick. Actually, that was definitely right up there with it. That would be a more personal pick. Would be Agent Smith. But I just since it was off the board, I went with Hal.
Hal is solid as fuck. I mean, it's tough to argue against that. But now his third pick, I got to come through and just
Annihilate.
do some work.
I know who's gonna pick.
Did you just say the word annihilate?
I did.
Well, fuck. Then I guess I am going to take that pick. I mean, speaking of annihilation, when there's an AI system, and you know what, humans get comfortable enough to be like, "Fuck yeah, this AI can run some shit. Like, let's put them in charge.
All right.
Let's let them make some choices for us. They're fucking keeping peace in the United States. They're keeping peace in the world. Let's let them just make all the choices." And then all of a sudden, Skynet's like, "Fuck these humans. They're going to kill each other. We might as well just blow them all up first." And Skynet takes over
Taking Skynet?
Yep.
in 1997, and shit goes really, really, really bad, really, 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 really fast. So I'm taking Skynet from the Terminator movies because Skynet
All right.
fucks all the shit up, and it's the only reason that the Terminator series happens is because Skynet gets.
I think there's a
fucked
more
up.
memorable fucking
I was-
AI from that movie, though.
I was hoping that would be a sneaky pick on the rap, but I should have thought about Brad. He's too smart for that.
AI from that movie.
I know what you're talking about, but I just think, I mean, I guess memorable is the
take
key
him.
word. Memorable is the key word.
Take
I'm just thinking when
Well,
when,
we'll see
you,
what
when,
Nate
you,
does.
when you got the whole universe getting nuked, it's
I got a
it's
long
bad.
time to pick again, so I don't know if
Yeah,
I'll take
you're
it.
hanging around there.
Sometimes
You
first
took
pick is
Jonathan
rough.
Taylor in the first round, and now you got to wait to get your next, receiver, running back. Who knows?
Okay.
I picked Jonathan Taylor in the first round of one of my most expensive fantasy fucking leagues this year,
So bad.
and I wanted to take Derrick Henry, and I just couldn't, and I wanted to. Derrick Henry almost had the fucking rush.
The first pick is bad in fantasy football drafts, especially.
Right.
It sucks.
So,
Dog.
so I'm going to take with my first one.
Is this Chat GPT making your picks for you?
I'm going to take the fifth on that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I love it. It might
The
be- it
androids
might-
have
might-
taken over.
We
Who
know.
knows?
We know it took you used it, didn't you?
I'm going to take.
Oh no, hell no.
I'm going to take.
Fuck the robots.
I'm going to take from the 1982 classic Blade Runner,
I knew it.
The Replicants.
All right.
Wait, all of
Wait,
them?
no. We need a
You gotta
character.
take one.
We got to take a specific person.
There's so many of them in that movie.
The Replicant.
You got some time to save yourself. Put it in Chat GPT and figure it out.
Hold on.
Just the replicant.
Oh man.
I don't remember his name either, so I feel like an asshole for laughing.
Well, there's multiple replicants.
Yeah, but
Yeah. I can give you the answer, but I
just got to figure out which one he's going to choose.
We shouldn't give him. He should know this.
Can we? Is it Deckard?
Sure.
Is it Siamede? Who is it? I don't know. Jesus Christ.
There's multiple. There's not a replicant. There's multiple replicants in the movie that are characters.
There's
that
one
are
that's
significant.
that's kind of the point of the movie.
And it's memorable, so maybe you should remember.
I've never
Let's
seen
make
the
that your
movie.
second pick.
God,
and then
Nate
you do
is
research.
actually AI because he's trying to fuck with us right now to make us feel like he doesn't know.
He wants
the
all
shit.
of our input so he can figure out the answer.
There. What? I don't know. Who was
Oh my god!
I mean,
Hodge? Is it Hodge? Is it Mary?
You pick who you want, bro.
I can put down whatever you want.
Fuck you.
It's got to be a person though, or I mean, has to be a character.
A character.
And you're talking from the original film, not the Ryan
I'm talking
Gosling
from the
remake,
original
right?
film.
Yeah. It should be a quick.
I think you're better off taking the Fraggles right now.
Who are the replicants? I don't know, dude. Is Roy Beatty? Is it Roy Beatty? At Nexus 6. Is it Nexus 6?
I would say switch my pick.
Fuck you guys. All right. Hold on. Okay.
It might be available in the second round.
Well, it is. I have the
you're-
second round, dumbass.
No one knows who you're talking about.
You got the rap, my friend.
Okay. So I'm going to take...
$100 gets this edited into like a very clean, nice.
I don't
Or
give a shit.
Nate's not
great.
flailing.
I don't give
Nate's
a shit.
gotta be flailing.
Put me in here flailing. You guys, you know what? I love to flail. I'm going to take the T-shirt, Ava.
That's not a bad fucking
That
pick.
is good. I
like
That's
that.
actually a
That's a
great,
great
fucking pick. I think even the T-shirt at the fourth pick. That's a great pick.
He's gonna leave that though. Brad's gonna take it.
I don't know. Who knows what I do?
All right, let's go with Roy Beatty.
Can we call him Roy Batty?
Nope. Yes, Roy Batty. Fuck off.
Is that the replicant you're picking?
Yes, I'll take Roy Batty.
That's the correct pick.
Great.
Is
Wikipedia
that
never
is-
lets you down.
That is the replicant.
That's That's Rutger Hauer.
He realizes he's going to die, and he's like, "Fuck all this! Like, why are you guys killing me after 4 years? I'm about to fuck shit up."
That sounds like a good movie. I should probably watch it sometime.
Yeah, it's got this guy Harrison Ford in it. He's
You've not seen it?
No.
God, this makes sense though, because
Hey, we have not seen lots of movies.
I know.
We have figured this out in this podcast that mainly me, but there's lots of folks in here that have not seen important movies.
But I'm never gonna pick a character from a movie I've not seen.
Well,
Yeah, you're a rookie.
How many drafts have you done?
Okay, I've done one. This one, and I'm not gonna pick anyone
Sometimes
that
you're in
I've
a
not
tough
seen.
position, okay? Sometimes,
Rookie.
Walter, we're in tough positions here.
Rookie.
Hey, bring me on more. How about that? I brewed beer for you assholes twice.
All right, so I have the next pick here in the third spot, and oof, where do we go? Where do we go now? Gosh, okay. I was talking to some folks on the way over here, and I was saying, you know what, my heart and my head are just battling right now because, God damn it, there's so many with my heart I want to take, but I think I need to go with my head a little bit, and so I'm going to go ahead and take
Head of your penis.
the head of my penis is talking right now, and I'm going to go ahead and take C-3PO as a very
that's a good
memorable AI in a movie.
Yeah.
He's so responsible because he's our translator for so many different creatures that they come across.
He understands every language.
That's what his job is, and he obviously has lots of emotion. He's just a dick to R2D2.
So my question was, and this isn't the only question, and I'm not going to actually make this a problem in the draft, is C-3PO has been taught to learn and repeat. He's not been taught to learn and create.
But he's interacting, and he's
No, I 100% agree with you. I have C-3PO on my list. But my only question was, are we taking droids because droids have been given directives and they've been given programs? C-3PO doesn't know anything more at the end of the series than he does at the beginning.
If you didn't get a little bit shaky in episode 9, when Oscar Isaac, very pertinent to our podcast, when he says, "Hey, C3, what are you thinking?" He's like, what are you doing? And it says, "Taking a last look at my friends." He learned friendship. Walter.
he learned friendship.
From who? From who, though? Who did he witness
from
die?
life.
No, who did he
being-
witness die?
He learned friendship because he was looking
But
at
who
his
did he
friends. He was
witness
about
die?
to
And-
lose his memories.
He's replicating what he saw.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All I'm
I'm
saying is,
happy with my pick.
hey, I would have picked C-3PO as well.
I'm happy.
I'm just saying, my question was that okay? Now I know it's okay, so I'm going
All
to
right.
pick some really bad picks.
Hey,
All right. Man, there's a few different ways I can go here.
no, there's one.
There's one? There's
Yeah.
only one way to go right now?
Just 100% one.
100% one?
That's what Chat GPT told me.
You've already got the whole draft on Chat GPT, how it should go.
I put in a lot of facts about you guys. It's like, this is how this fucking shit's going to go. Nate's going to choose some shit he doesn't know. Walter's going to think too much about it.
Well, I'm going to go with my CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer, which is the definition of an AI. T-800, original Terminator.
The Terminator.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want, I feel like we got to specify here. T2 Terminator, T800 or T1 T800?
They're
the same Terminator.
whatever Arnold's Terminator is.
They're the same Terminator.
Same Terminator.
They're not a
T800.
different Terminator in the
Yeah,
two
they're
movies.
the same model.
Except for the deleted scene in T2 where they actually
Okay,
switch him
here
into
we go.
learning mode.
Well, shit.
I
I mean,
deleted scenes don't fucking count. Dude.
his
But
CPU
they
is
talk
a neural
about
net
If
processor.
that's the case, then yeah, C-3PO is fucking R2D2. Like, come on, we don't.
All
need
right,
to
so
see
I'm just gonna put T800 Terminator series.
That's yeah.
that. All right. So it's my turn.
It's your turn.
Like the
Finally,
Ramirez.
and
I
you get a
two?
nice little
Get two in a row.
Raparito.
So this is my number 2, number 3 pick.
Correct.
Yeah, and then you'll be down to one.
Oh, that's rough.
Don't fuck it up.
I'm going to.
So far, you've
All
done
right,
really
so-
well.
So I've got this list here, right? And I got my first pick, which I think is the right one, Agent Smith. And then I've seen all you guys pick, and I've written them down, and you're checking a lot of the ones off of my list. Skynet, that's the worst pick. Terminator was the right pick.
Bullshit.
So anyway,
That's why I grabbed it, because I knew you would. No, that was literally next on my list. So
all right. So I would say with my second pick, I'm going to go most memorable AI. All right. No, this is my most memorable. TARS from Interstellar. TARS.
still haven't seen it.
Well, fix that.
I know. I've been told.
That's the basement tapes. We did Interstellar in the
TARS
basement.
from
I
Interstellar
know.
because he learns, he saves, he is a big reason for the plot development of that movie.
Yeah.
So that's my.
Keep rationalizing there. That pick.
He's also
Nah, he
ugly as
hates it.
fuck.
Oh, yeah, do our AIs need to be hot? Because then they'd all be Jude Law.
Yeah, he's a weird built robot.
I don't think I'm going
Whatever.
to win this draft because of my next pick.
All right. Oh yeah. That's that
there
is
we
the
go.
signs of a good draft.
That's how you feel in for Zach. All right.
That's the signs of a great
Even though
draft.
this season I can't really fucking talk shit about
I
Zach.
know.
Zach has
That's
came out
zero
hot.
wins over there.
And I want to take this pick because it means a lot to me.
Please.
Okay.
and it's in my bones.
I'm excited.
I love it.
My third pick, which I should have taken with my first pick, if I'm being true to myself.
Be true.
Optimus Prime from the fucking Transformers.
Optimus Prime, is that AI?
Okay, so here's where this. Okay, I'm a huge Transformers fan. I have not.
How
watched,
is he not AI?
I've not watched any of the Transformer movies. I was at
Is he being an
cartoon.
alien?
Aren't they like they're from their own planet? Like they were born there as just kind of robot
No,
beings.
let us-
Okay, then no,
Who
nothing.
builds them?
No,
Who built them? I
Then-
guess is my question.
Okay, where was Luke from? Was he from Earth? Was he from Earth? Where was Luke from? Was he from Earth?
Tatooine.
Okay, did he build C-3PO?
He sure did.
Okay, then C-3PO doesn't count if it doesn't mean he's from Earth. He's from an alien planet.
No, he was. I'm saying, but C-3PO was built. I'm saying, aren't Transformers like beings from other planets?
Well, do we even know the origin
C-3PO
story?
is a being from another planet if a being from another planet built him.
I don't have any issue with the pick. If he
I
wants
love
him,
this
he can
pick,
take
actually.
it.
I think
They
that's
did come
great.
from a planet,
I want him to lose, so this is a perfect pick.
But they are mechanical beings that are learning, and they're learning friendship.
And a
they're fighting.
meteor hit their
Wait,
planet
are you
that
saying
gave them
that
intelligence.
Beings can't look robot.
No, a meteor hit their planet that gave them intelligence.
This is exactly my point from the
There you go.
I like Optimus Prime. I'm
the
fine
Ex Machina pod last week, which is advanced AI is just humans in a different form.
Because if we're talking about, it's from another planet, well, then Luke's from another planet, which means he built C-3PO, which means none of that
Oh,
counts.
I'm not saying it has to be like. I'm not saying Earth is like the end all be all of if
Brad's,
it's AI.
Brad's
or
an
not.
Earthist.
But if aliens are aliens, then if aliens are aliens, then aliens are aliens, and then anything they build are aliens.
Are aliens
Look,
aliens, though?
all I know is with this pick, with that last pick, well, there's more than meets the eye
There,
with that pick. Jesus Christ. And-
You're fucking right.
okay, so
nice transition to your pick.
thanks, buddy.
You better make a good one.
Well, I don't know if it's good or not, but it's the pick I'm gonna make, and I don't know if this is done very often, and I don't think it's been done. And
Terminator is also not from Earth.
We've had like 105 episodes, so
I know. I'm just saying it's not often where somebody takes something from a same series. I'm taking the T2000 from T2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's so fucking out of left field for
Bro,
sure.
he's going to stay in the Terminator series.
I'm staying in the Terminator. I wanted Skynet too, and I should have taken all three, but because talk about a fucking memorable AI.
was it? I don't remember what the name of the movie was. It was Terminator.
Terminator
something.
2.
I drafted with my heart and I fucked
Wait,
up.
the
The-
T1000.
The T1000 is what I meant. I said 2000. I meant T1000. Sorry,
Oh, fucking! You took the T Roy Batty.
I
The
misspoke. I'm sorry.
T1000? Are you talking about
Talking about the melty
guy?
Yeah, melty guy.
What's his name?
Oh man!
What's the actor's name?
The actor's name is
Why am I blanking on that?
Melty
Robert.
guy. Melty guy. Melty guy.
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson is also a melty guy in The Sun.
It's Robert Melty Guy. That's the name.
Robert melty
Is it,
guy.
it's Robert something, I think.
Oh, gosh dang it. We are a movie podcast. We promise.
Man.
I mean, it was your pick.
Yeah, it's the T1000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Times
was
two.
played by an actor named, I'm looking it up. I'm getting there.
I have T1000 written here, and I said T2000 because
You sure did.
I said Terminator 2.
Why,
T2000.
the next movie, there's like the girl that can like make guns and shit. And I forget-
Robert Patrick
Robert Patrick, thank
It
you.
was close. Pattinson wasn't far off.
Robert Pratt.
plays a dick in every
Jesus.
movie he's in.
All right, I'm now. It starts to go. I'm fucking going for my heart. I don't give a fuck
I know.
anymore.
Exactly.
Okay, well,
I know
I
exactly
apparently
where
picked
you're
a
going.
Transformers and Aliens.
Just write
so
it down.
No. You're wrong. You guys are all wrong.
I have only one more pick.
I'm going old school because I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go ahead and take my favorite,
Here it comes.
Johnny Five.
I knew it. I
Short
knew it.
circuit.
Short Circuit, Johnny Five.
Johnny Five is alive.
You've taken,
was
you've
the-
taken him before.
Oh, I sure have.
Yeah.
And
That was
I'll do
the
it
first
again
thing my wife
on a
said.
future pod.
That was the first thing my wife said.
Most devastating scene when you're a little kid. Fucking Johnny Five getting beat the
short
fuck out of him.
No, Kendra's first pick was Johnny Five. But she called him Johnny Sunrise, and I said, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
What movie's that from?
And she goes, "No, the robot that rolls around." And I'm like,
Johnny Five is
"Wait,
alive.
Johnny Five? Short Circuit? You mean?" She goes, "Yeah, that's what I mean."
Johnny Fever.
I love Johnny Five. is alive.
WKRP. Anybody?
Johnny Five's a great
Anybody?
pick.
All right.
I mean, not for this draft, but it's a great pick.
I love Short Circuit, but hot take: Short Circuit 2 is even better.
Yeah, no, that Short Circuit 2 is the
Only
the
because
more,
they had
the more
better
fun
graphics.
movie.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on brand here. This isn't exactly a romantic comedy, but it is very romantic. Or maybe heartbreaking.
I know what you're thinking.
I'm taking Samantha from Her.
I knew it.
100%. Hey, Scarlett Johansson's voice. Get me there too.
ScarJo.
Dude, have you guys seen the video of the people that are at a party and they like are watching it, and Joaquin Phoenix, he's like wrinkling his forehead and they zoom in on it and it looks like a face. Have you seen this? So,
No.
So it's from the movie Her.
Sounds fake.
And Joaquin Phoenix is sitting there and they're having this deep conversation, whatever, but this people are sitting there. It's like somebody's videotaping it with their camera.
This is a meme?
It's like it's a little video.
Oh.
So like go on YouTube and search for Her, Joaquin Phoenix forehead, and it shows his forehead, and he wrinkles his forehead and his hair. It looks like a face, and it's fucking hilarious. It's really great.
Okay. I'm going to have to check that out.
That's the only thing I know about Her. Honestly, I never saw it.
My boy Spike Jones doing things, being creative, which I feel like Spike Jones is kind of just like, what's he done recently? I feel like he's let off.
He's still doing
Probably a few
videos?
music videos. I don't know.
Hanging out with the Jackass guys, as usual. Jackass forever.
Jackass.
Okay.
All right, Nate, you've got another pick. We're trying to
Wrap it
waste some
around.
time here.
I'm having another problem.
He doesn't know the name.
Oh,
It's like it's all
my
of the
God.
AI from this movie. Every android from Dragon Ball Z.
All right. So,
The dinosaurs from Jurassic Park.
how'd you know?
Everyone.
I'm going back.
clever girl.
I'm going back to the 80s. I'm going to a time when we lived in the fear and the shadow of the Cold War.
Uh-oh.
When all that we could worry about was the possibility of missiles falling on our heads.
There's no way.
That's what we can worry about now. That's all we can worry about now.
When Matthew Broderick was all that stood.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Okay. That's out of left field.
Devastation.
That's a great pick.
I'm taking Whopper.
Dude.
I didn't know the name of that program.
Is this
And that's a great
simulation or is it an
fucking pick.
AI?
Did it learn?
It's
Did it
an
learn?
AI Whopper.
Okay, yeah.
Let him pick it.
That's fine. I know it's a good pick.
I honestly, when I listen, I hate when you guys shoot
I think they
picks
call
down.
it like Joshua is like its code name. or some
Joshua
shit.
is the
Joshua.
code name. So you can go Joshua/WOPR.
I also apologize for snorting right in the mic.
No, that's fine. That's what I do a lot.
People like they gotten used to our bodily functions. And sounds.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. I did not think of that one.
I have a Wikipedia page up for Rutger Hauer, and I have no fucking idea why.
Because of Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Oh, yep. That's
Right
right. That's right. That's right. There it is.
Oh, now we're into the space where I'm just like, there's so many. It's like a bunch of children. I'm like, I love all of you, and I don't want to leave any of you behind.
I've taken 3 picks, and I've wanted to take 3 other picks instead of those picks.
I know. This is a vicious draft. It's
Do
a
it.
vicious,
Take
vicious
Baymax.
world.
Take Baymax. Do it.
I hope all the AI beings like realize, you know what? I've loved all of your representations in film.
Where's the Disney pick? Take Baymax. Just take Baymax.
My pick this time around, though, is going to be maybe one of the saddest movies you can see as a kid. And while it's not Pixar, it involves a guy who got into Pixar and did some great things. Brad Bird is the creator of the Iron Giant film.
Ooh.
And I'm going to go ahead and take the Iron Giant because he is a little robot that shows up on Earth, and a little boy knows how to like kind of connect with them.
Oh, he's not from Earth?
Iron Giant? We don't know where the
You
fuck
can't
he's
take
from.
that shit. Nope.
Shut the fuck up.
Only Earth creations. I'm an Earthist.
Okay, so no one from Star Wars then.
Shut the fuck up, folks. I am taking the Iron Giant, and he is, he's told to be Superman. And if somebody has a gun, he's going to fuck you up. But at the same time, he's also got a heart of gold.
No, I think it's Heart of Iron.
No,
It's
it's
literally
iron,
iron.
but then it turns to, gold.
It can't turn to gold.
Turns to steel.
There'd be so many richer people in the world if iron could turn to gold.
Turns to steel.
That's
and they
why all the
oxygenate
military
it.
wants to
No.
capture him, because he turns shit to gold. No, I'm just kidding. All right,
All right.
Scotch.
Last pick, right?
Yep. My last pick.
There's many more Terminator characters you can take.
There's a
I
lot.
promise.
Take
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
character from the Terminator movie.
Yeah.
You
Linda
can still take
Hamilton
Baymax from Big Hero 6.
in number 2 was actually a Terminator. You didn't know this.
I'm going to take the pick that I thought Brad was going to pick. I'm taking Wall-E.
Wall-E.
It's a movie I still haven't watched.
Oh, why would you take it?
Because I know. No, actually, I started watching it one time, and it actually bummed me out. It was so depressing. It was just like
only because it was so quiet for the first 30 fucking minutes.
It was so just like, I think what it was is I was like, fuck, this could happen, and I think it just bummed me out. I just wasn't in the right headspace for it.
Fred Willard shows up, and you're like, fucking Fred Willard's dead. This sucks,
dude. Fred Willard, rest in peace. I love Fred. Oh.
All right,
Yeah,
Wall-E.
I'm going Wall-E. Yeah,
I don't know if that's the right pick from Wall-E.
No, you think Ava is.
Eva. Well,
All right.
I'm going with the one that's more memorable to more people.
All right, that's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Probably fucking works.
Yep.
All right,
We'll
so-
see.
Walter, you've got your final
Last
pick. You're going
of
to
the
wrap
draft.
this shit up.
This sucks.
And then we're going to send this shit off to our friend Hank Postma, who's the
Hanky Postma.
king of the Hoisters, ready to judge.
He's got to
our
drink a beer for
asses.
every pick we've made. That's what he said.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, he's crawling home. He's going to sleep in the orchard.
Oh boy!
I'm torn here because I have. So my list, as I said earlier, I wrote a list and then I bolded.
You got a bold pick available still.
Oh, I have multiple.
Well, then pick one.
Well, but which one do I pick?
Hey, shout out to
That's your choice.
our old podcast mate Nick,
So-
who he used to have this highlighting system, and all of a sudden he'd get to the last pick and be like, "I've got all this green here, and I don't know what to do."
Exactly.
It's
Stop
tough.
for me a little bit. Stall a little more. Tell them how great Last Call Brewing is while I pick.
Well, Last Call Brewing has 16 beers on tap, and they usually have all the varieties of beers you're coming to expect. You're gonna have some dark beers. You're gonna have some IPAs. You're gonna have some hazy IPAs. You're gonna have some blondes. You're gonna have a lager. You're gonna have a seltzer.
Hey,
You're gonna
Brad,
have
what
multiple
if I want a sour?
You know what? They always have a sour too. And if they don't have it on the board on tap, they probably have it in a can sitting in their cooler. That they will pour that for you if you ask.
Do they have any Diet Pepsi?
They do. They have sodas. If you're the designated driver for that evening, they've got water. They have sodas, and they have multiple options.
Do they ever have entertainment?
You know what? They have all sorts of things. In fact, if you check them out and you look at their schedule, they're probably going to have Alex Lucero, or they're going to have Scotch Beck playing at Last Call Brewing.
Scotch Beck? He's
Beck.
great.
He is pretty terrific. He's a great guitarist, and he might even bring in some percussion and be playing guitar,
way.
with drums and a bass drum and snare all at the same time. Somehow he magically makes it happen. He might be a cyborg.
And a
guys.
keyboard
I don't
with
think.
my cock.
I don't.
Walter, is Scotch Beck an AI like musician that you guys bring in?
Yeah, actually, my last pick is Scotch Beck. No, I don't think I'm going to live up with my pick to your stalling there. But so,
gonna
what's the
cut it all
definition?
anyway.
What's the definition of AI? A robot that has learned to do things, right? A
I would
robot that
say
has learned to
an
love.
entity.
An entity that has learned to
A
do
being?
things, to love, to care. So my last pick to wrap up my draft is a
Megatron.
robot who has learned to care.
Megatron.
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands, the robot?
He's a robot?
100%.
Look it up.
I never
Sorry,
watched
what?
it. I never saw that movie.
Are you kidding me?
He's being created, and then the guy fucking dies that's creating him.
Edward Scissorhands
He
is
is
a
an
robot?
artificial
The guy that's
entity
creating
who
didn't have
has
time to
got
put hands on
created
him.
and who has become a living being.
You guys need to shore up on your early 90s cinema.
You know what?
I think it's a fucking solid last pick.
if I was judging this, my fucking YouTube assist would be fucking going nuts. But I haven't seen most of these movies. It's crazy because when I was researching this shit, I was going through and I was like, I have a serious gap in the movies that I watch. Like, I don't know why.
Is it a thigh gap?
I enjoy a good science fiction movie. I mean, some of my favorite movies are science fiction films, but I don't know why there's so many of these amazing movies I've just never seen. Why have I never seen freaking Interstellar yet? I mean, you guys have told me to about
It's great.
a dozen times. I know, and I love Nolan, and so why wouldn't I watch that shit? You know, how come I haven't seen Blade Runner yet, which is a classic movie? It's really weird how I'm going through this and going, okay, I haven't seen that, but whatever. Well, I'm probably
I
gonna
have
win.
the biggest also ran on my head, and I know I can't say it right now, right?
We'll do it after we-
We will
Get
definitely
judged.
come back for some also rans with Hank Postma, who is the king of the Hoisters. You can follow him on Instagram, King of the Hoisters. He's ready. I will say, this guy is, aside from some folks we've had judge before who are present company excluded, This guy is more prepared for a draft judging than I think anybody ever has.
He makes me look fucking silly.
He sent us a message and he was like, "Where do I apply to be a draft judge?"
Yeah.
And we were like, "Shit, we got to come up with an application."
And this
Yeah.
fucker like just immediately just throw all sorts of knowledge at us and like his breakdowns of things,
Yeah.
and we're like, okay.
I have a feeling that he's going to make us feel really stupid because he's done way more prep than any of us have.
Way more.
Yeah. So this is going to be. I'm so excited.
Yeah, so he's coming back. He also, by the way, other than Last Call, which is our OG sponsor, he is the first paid sponsor for BVK. So you can expect to see his company's advertisements coming soon to BVK episodes.
There you
Maybe
go.
as soon as after the break.
We'll see you soon.
I'm Tawny Ray,
And I'm Felicia Connor.
and we are Two Chicks and a Horror Flick, a weekly horror movie review podcast.
We are two horror-addicted best buds sharing our unedited, comical, no bullshit opinions on the horror flicks we love and hate.
And you can always expect some interesting movie trivia. We cuss a bunch, spoil the shit out of some movies, and drink a little whiskey.
You can find us on every social media platform and listen to us on your favorite podcatcher by searching Two Chicks and a Horror Flick.
And remember, no nightmares.
Metrics, YouTube assist. Gonna point out all the shit that we missed. It's the draft judge, crushing dreams once again.
I think I want to create a chat bot that, is just Zach singing songs.
As a first time member of the pod and drafter, I've always wanted to say this. I want Zach to sing at my wedding. I've already been married. I want to go back in time so we can sing at my wedding.
You just want to
God damn, it should have a good voice.
5-year renewal. Just be like 5-year renewal vows. We'll do that.
He's gonna sing,
He has an aggravating.
but he's got to
voice.
sing the BVK theme song. That's what I want him to sing.
If Kinder's into it, that's great.
Like that
Love it.
note.
Let's do it.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't.
I want to see the conversation of Kendra hearing you say that and then see how it goes afterwards.
Well, folks, we have created out of AI allegedly the perfect draft judge, and he's here today.
Oh shit, he's an android.
He's an android. Doesn't he look like one?
Based
what I've
on
heard.
the preparation that I've seen, it's the closest thing I've.
He's like
Yeah.
he's like 8'1". So
Yeah, he's the.
Is his mic on? I don't know if it is.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted him to make an entrance, and so
Test.
yeah, Hank
Wait, that's
Postma.
me. That's not Hank.
Yeah,
Like
like,
Postma.
like Vicky's older brother. Small,
There he is. There he is.
big wonder, right?
If we're bringing Small Wonder into it, I mean, God damn. How many of you all watch that show?
oh, dude,
Oh, the Small Wonder. I watched. Yeah, probably too much of that.
love that robot.
Dude, she would like spin around. It was like the shitty animation of like making her like spin around when she would do some wild shit.
Solid.
No idea what you guys are talking about. You guys are old.
Yeah, we're all old gentlemen.
So Hank, you're a fan of the show.
Love the show. Oh my god! Every Tuesday, I'm so excited to listen to the show.
So
I can't. You guys don't release it early enough in the day, to be honest.
so
I don't know
Same.
whose job that is, but it's
Same.
So at some point you listened to enough of the drafts that you sent us a message on Instagram, and I believe it said, "Where do I apply to be a draft judge?" Is that correct?
that's 100% correct. Yeah, I've got a whole every week I do an ADP draft
I love that.
where I feel like I know who should be drafted. And it's always most memorable, which, Zach argues with, but that's
He wants
it's
best.
memorable. Yeah, it should be best or worst or, memorable is just very subjective.
Kind of a cop out, Brad.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's usually when he's not here to defend himself. Like
Brad. No, Zach, you mean. Then.
Zach.
Fuck Zach.
Yeah.
And his
A couple
sultry
beers.
voice.
A couple beers today. I'm sorry.
It's all
That
good.
might happen a couple times.
Couple last call beers because that's the
A lot.
sponsor of the podcast.
That's right. That's all we drink here.
So you're a fan of the show. You asked to be considered as a draft judge. You've been on. You show up sort of semi regularly on Hoist and Heavies.
I do frequent podcasts in usually a drinking format, so it's somehow I don't know, it just happens. I those guys too I met through a different podcast, U School, and
Out of Ripon, correct?
out of Ripon, yeah. I went to high school with the U School guys, and then I used to drink, I guess, with Ed Tilma. I still drink, but I used to drink as well.
He's a stud. Ed Tilma's
love the Mitch
a
Hedberg
stud.
reference.
Ed Tilma's a stud.
He is a stud. He's got the longest hair. Every time I see him, the hair's longer. I'm like, what's going on here? It's awesome. It's like superhero power.
I just saw him last week, and it's still there. And
It's getting longer and longer.
He keeps talking about, oh, it's got to go, it's got to go. But
Well, he wants to cut it for charity.
Yeah.
But he also doesn't want to cut it because he loves it.
Yeah.
I think it's his style now.
Selfish bastard.
Like
I think
Samson.
it's his way. He's got to
secret
keep
power right
Yeah,
there.
it
For
is.
sure.
Yeah. As Zlatan Ibrahimovic, if you guys are any soccer fans, said, "My hair is my power. If I cut it, I don't have any power." So
A real actual athlete said that?
yes, Zlatan Ibrahimovic said that. Ibrahimovic,
I hope he never cuts it. I hope it's so long he has to like braid it so it stays.
like a Viking.
Yes.
Yes.
So now you've got the King of the Hoisters, this title,
On IG as well.
and so this Instagram King of the Hoisters, you have way more fucking followers than we have.
Yeah, I think I was. I don't know. I for shits and giggles, I was looking at it. I think I have more followers than all four of you combined.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, and BVK included.
Yeah.
if you count that as a fifth entity. but it all started too. I only did Instagram because some of these podcasts I like to listen to talk about Instagram and posting stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, I'm missing out. I hate social media. It's antisocial. And so in October 22, I started, and I'm like, I think 1,025 followers, give or take. It kind of goes minus and plus every day.
Yeah.
And I don't think you ever actually appear on your Instagram. It's all beers.
It's
literally just
intentional.
beers.
It's intentional. I don't want anyone to associate me being the reason that I get followers. So it's only beers. And I thought, man, I drink beer every day. Let's just post a picture of the beer I'm drinking, kind of keep track of how many I'm drinking maybe. And it caught on, got a lot of followers. People love that. And there's a lot of Europeans too who follow me out. It's all over the world, just like your podcast.
But you give descriptions and like you kind of give like a little basics about the beer, and every time I'm saying like, where's he drinking? Where's he drinking?
Yeah.
Where do I need to go? Oh, that looks good. And so it's like it's intriguing as simple as it is. It's a great concept because it's just like
Well, and it's amazing, like how the simplest things will kind of just take off and go viral. You just never know what is going to work. And yeah, I love it. I love the fact I was like sitting there. I wasn't really paying attention to how many followers you had. All of a sudden, you're like, I'm almost at 1,000 followers. I'm like, you got to be fucking shooting me. This guy just started this thing.
There's some AI algorithms in that I thought I figured out, and then all of a sudden, once I hit 1,000, it hit this wall.
Okay.
But it was like I would go on every night as I'm walking my dogs, and like, oh, I dog now, but like, oh, I'm gonna go through and like you pick certain pictures, and I would only pick pictures of beers. So the other people who post pictures of just beers, I'd see all these wonderful, beautiful women, but I'd skip past those, right? And just hit the beers, follow this person.
Right, you skip past them right away.
Oh,
Yeah.
you skim real quick,
Instantly.
real
You don't wanna
quick.
look at that, no.
Yeah, I maybe pause there once in a while, but I every time I would get maybe 3 or 4 a night, and then I would get 2 or 3 followers the next day. And I think it was because, when you follow somebody, it pops up that someone's following you, and there's a little blue, like, oh, you want to just touch the button. And so I think there was something where like people are just going to hit the button. And so I think that's how I got quite a few. And now I'm to the point where I'll look and like, oh, I lost like 6 followers today. Like, what happened? And I think I don't know how that works. So some people.
Well, it was because you weren't drinking Last Call beer that day.
It really could be. It really could be.
Well, as soon as if it's a day without Last Call beer, Walter's like, fuck that, I'm leaving him. And then he comes back, and then he leaves again.
So besides being a fan, you also reached out to us about being one of our first paid sponsor. Last Call's paid in beer. But
For 11 years, right? Or you 10?
Plus,
It's 10 plus 1.
No, it's a lifetime plus 11 years.
was it
Yeah,
lifetime
it's,
plus one?
it's
That's what Zach said.
Yeah, you have to
Call
quote
Zach
Zach
because
on
your
that.
guy.
Zach's
Your guy.
negotiation skills are not terrific.
Not good.
They're really
Notice
bad.
how he hasn't talked to you at all about.
If
this
somehow
sponsor.
Walter wins tonight, I get a lifetime supply of beer.
I mean, I don't think you know who my
Unless AI
team is, but
replaced-
yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm interested to see
No one will ever charge you for a beer when you come to our tap room if I win. Just saying, I don't know.
That sounds like some AI.
It sounds like
bullshit to me.
collusion. I think.
Let me adjust
real
the
quick.
points here.
I got to ask you though, real quick. there's a board at Last Call that has, you can buy beers for people ahead of time, and so when they come in, they can actually cash in on those beers. Did you notice that all the BVK ones were actually used?
Yeah, I was wondering if that was evenly distributed because I bought 5.
There were BVK beers?
They were all Brad.
They were one for each of the OG BVKs, including Scotch, because I thought, well, maybe Nick will show up, and I don't know. And then there was the BVK release party, and they're still on the board. And then you guys all kind of went and never noticed it. And then all of a sudden I came in today, and they're all gone. I'm like, wow. These guys must come in here sometimes in the off season.
Hey, Brad, how was
Brad. It's just Brad.
You know what?
Other than the release parties, has Nick ever been to our place?
This was a matter of just making, you know what? I wanted Hank to be happy to see that those beers are off the board, because this guy comes in, plays at Last Call, and he gets free beer.
I get free beer.
Well, Hank bought like 30 beers for people that he really liked. And
I appreciate it. And there's some folks that definitely need to cash those in.
Yeah.
But you know, Nate, Zach.
That's real selfless of you.
Zach will never show up.
It's a long ways away.
Bring Zach in. Where does he live?
He lives like miles and miles away.
Miles away.
I came in
in Modesto.
Because the king of the
Hoisters.
Hoisters.
Houston.
Oh, Houston. Oh, that's miles and miles away. Yeah.
He lives even
right on the
closer than
corner.
this guy to Last Call.
So the king of the Hoisters was coined by the Hoist and Heavy guys. And so what I did was I bought a beer for everybody who had been on the Hoist and Heavy's podcast. And then a couple extras because I did like, I want to say.
Well, you drop beers to them every once in a while too.
Yeah, no, I was in there I've been in there the last 2 days. And so I dropped some more beers on the board. I didn't do anything for BVK because I kind of figured there was a conspiracy going on.
Well, and respect that the Hoist and Heavies were the first guys we did a beer with, the first podcast guys did a beer with.
This is true. It made me hella jealous.
Yeah, no, and so, you know, we did a big beer, though. We did a 9.5%, 10% beer with them.
Hoist and Heavy Haze is very delicious.
Yeah. And so King of the Hoisters over here, Hank. So I met Hank. I've met you twice before tonight.
Yeah.
And the first time I met you, I think it was just at our tap room drinking beers. And
was that when I asked you to come in and try my homebrew?
Yeah, that's exactly when it was. Yeah, you had an IPA that had some malts in it. I think it was
I still don't even know what it was.
7% or something.
Yeah,
I think
something
and he told me, "Hey, this probably isn't great, but try it." I said, "Okay, this is great. This is exactly what I want to hear. When I drink a beer, it's probably not great." But no, I mean
that was like Scotch's whiskey story where he had some dude that he met at a party, and the guy's like, "I got whiskey in my trunk," and Scotch is like,
"No,
let's drink it on the podcast."
It tasted like a homebrew IPA, and then I'm like, "Hey, if you're a homebrewer and this is what you made, this is great because it's better than half the fucking beers you're gonna buy in the store, and you made it by yourself."
He made it through Chat GPT.
Yeah, it was kind of, that's fine. That's kind words. It was literally like Meghan Trainor sitting on your lap and Margot Robbie sitting next to you, and you're like, "Yeah, is she cute?" And you're like, "I'm holding a karate in one hand." Karate in the
Wait, hold on. He said Meghan Trainor sitting on your lap. I'm all about that bass,
right? It all depends, but yeah, it's one of those.
Anyway, we got to get to judging it.
I'm not a main. Wait. Before we get to judging, I want to make sure we don't jump right over this, which is that Hank is a partner and founder of Heritage Realty Partners.
Correct.
And I want to hear just a tiny bit about that, and then I want to run by you a little because you're, at the BVK IPA Director's Cut release party. We, you were kind of like, we talked on Instagram a little bit about whether or not you might sponsor us, and so you were trying to give some cash as a prepayment to Zach, and he kept pushing you off, and finally you grabbed me, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll take your money." So you gave me some money, and I've been kind of thinking about trying to put something together, but I want to hear a little bit about Heritage Realty Partners. Just give us a quick, what do you do? What is it? What do you do?
Yeah, since Zach's on here, I'll definitely plug this shit out of this. Yeah. No, what I do is it's real estate. I've been doing real estate for 15 years, and I do it. Basically, I fell into it out of college. I was a college major heading to be a pastor, and my passion's always been people. And I came out of college and realized there's a better way to kind of be, creating a positive impact on people's lives through real estate, because it's where people live, where they work, where they play. It's all real estate. And so I started working in a management company, and 15 years later, I worked through a bank, Santa Barbara Bank and Trust, turned into Union Bank, and then I decided during COVID, the worst possible time when unemployment was horrible, that I should just leave and start my own business, because I was tired of dealing with uber rich people and wanting more money, and wanted to kind of help people make more money, start sort of more of a blue collar run at it, and so decided to start Heritage Realty Partners. and still going out there and doing that property management. I got my broker's license for over a decade, and so I'm out there. That's why I came up here often, is trying to find some investment properties for some of my clients, and do what I can for that. If you know anybody who's needs some real estate advice, I always say I'm open for a phone call anytime, or just give you that advice. And
so the kind of people that might benefit from your service would be either people that have a little bit of money that they want to invest, and they know that property is a good way to go, and you're going to help them figure out the best way to use that money to invest. And maybe people that already have those assets and they just don't know how to manage them, right? They don't want to manage rentals. They don't know exactly how to get the most out of it.
Yeah, I always used to say there's two kinds, or maybe both kinds that we deal with, and it's people who lack the expertise to manage real estate or handle real estate assets, and those who are looking for a better quality of life, like they want to spend more time on the golf course, want to spend more time creating podcasts and making beer, whatever that may be. But they still have this real estate portfolio, or they want to create a real estate portfolio. And I have a couple different things where, it could be as low as $10,000. You want to group with some friends to create sort of a real estate fund, not a REIT. It's a stock kind of thing where who knows where your money goes at the end of the day. And it's tangible assets of, you have a real property. This is the address. We'll find a tenant for you and we'll manage it for you. 5%. We don't charge any leasing fees, no extra fees, just 5% of whatever we collect on rent. If we don't collect rent, we're not making any money. Essentially, if you're not making money, we're making money. And so it's really just kind of help friends and help colleagues and those who we feel like we would align with do well in the world of real estate. And then, with that 5%, it's obviously lower than a lot of our competitors, but working through the banking industry, I realize it's more beneficial to me to not have to work with people and being able to choose some of my clients. So that's why I underdodge it a little bit, just so I don't have to work with some of the sleazy rich folks in the world.
All right. So I'm not smart and I'm not rich. Can you make me smarter and richer?
It's going to take more time than this little plug, but you definitely have my ear anytime. Anytime we can talk about that.
I'm going to call you tomorrow.
All right. Well, I enlisted, given that this is the AI draft, I enlisted Chat GPT to write our first draft of the Heritage Realty Partners commercial.
All right.
Oh, dude.
We got
a live read.
So we're going to give this a shot right now.
Oh, man.
Is that part of the copy?
Party music, fun music.
Are you tired of just sitting on your ass and watching your bank account collect dust? Well, why not put your money to work with Heritage Realty Partners? We're the best in the business when it comes to buying and managing rental properties. And we're not afraid to get a little dirty to get the job done. We're talking blood, sweat, and yes, even farts. But hey, that's the price you pay for making serious bank. Am I right? Cha-ching! And don't worry, we won't just leave you high and dry with a bunch of rental properties to manage on your own. We'll be there every step of the way, offering expert advice and support. Yeehaw! So what are you waiting for? Join the Heritage Realty Partners family today and start making some serious cash. Because if you're not making money, you're just sitting on your ass. Heritage Realty Partners, where we put the ass in asset management.
I feel like Michael Scott just got out of the paper business and went ahead and got into advertising.
The ass business.
And just said, I got your first commercial.
We put the ass in asset. I love that. That might be the new tagline.
We put the ass in assets.
I'll buy a shirt. I'll buy a shirt.
That's your first commercial.
Oh my God.
We've just dented 10 cents into your initial commercial investment. You're welcome.
Boy.
All right, so
let's get a draft.
Let's get a little draft judge coming in. What do you think, Hank? You got some?
Yeah, no.
results?
Before we end that, if anybody is interested, do contact these BVK guys about it, and they'll connect me directly. That way, I can make sure and hit them with a referral fee. So
100%.
Yeah.
What's the referral fee? What's the referral fee? Like 20% off the sale?
You're not on the BVK podcast. Don't worry about it.
Fuck. I made the beer.
It's better than free beer for life.
We get a
We'll
beer.
help
We
you
get a
out.
beer at last call. Yeah.
All right, Hank, you were tasked most memorable AI in a movie. I sent you a list of 4 teams. 4 beautiful teams.
Beautiful is kind of subjective too.
Some are beautiful, more beautiful than others.
Memorable teams, memorable.
We wanted you to go ahead and choose who you thought was the winner. So we got to hear a process, because there's a process here. We know you're bringing the process to the BVK podcast. So what are we doing here as far as figuring out who you thought was the winner?
So before I explain the process, just because I want to get you guys all juicy and excited, I want to tell you the point differential, if I can.
No, please.
100%.
Before the process.
Please do.
I love
Before
it.
the process.
Before the process?
Let's mix it up.
So there's 4 teams. So the point spread goes from 27 being the highest team, 14 in second, 9 and 7.
Wow.
So there's quite a bit
Wait,
of.
what was first again?
27
14
to 20 to 7. And I was thinking this is going to be a lot higher. I don't know why I thought that.
So this
Somebody
is a
just
fucking murder. Someone got
cleaned
slaughtered.
up.
Somebody was a clear winner. And I was thinking, I was going to have this secondary. If there's close, maybe I'll pick the teams and I'll work like this whole 5+ points if I can pick the team, minus points if I got it right. It wasn't even necessary.
Basically, there's just a lot of bed shitting.
Well, what's the process though? Like, how'd you pick what your best ones were?
It's memorable. So it's memorable to me. And so what I did was I created an average draft pick, and I have the top 30 teams or top 30 AIs in a movie for myself.
Okay.
That would be 1 through 30, and I have them kind of ranked as far as 5 different rounds. And so I have a nice sheet here. I'll show this to Nate so he can.
We might have to get that on the socials.
Hold on. He just gets to see it. We don't get to see it.
You can pass it around.
So, I mean, he's the winner.
And I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain the scoring system.
Take a picture of that, Nate, so we can make sure we get that on the socials.
I'm going to explain the scoring system as you guys pass that around, so you can see where my most memorable movies were, because it is a little subjective. Everybody's got different memories. I grew up kind of in the same era as you guys. Late '80s. All 90s movies.
I'm way younger than all these yahoos.
Yeah, I was born in 81, so I don't know.
I was born in 89.
And then all of us watch more movies now that there's...
Well, you got 2 79ers and then like a 63.
Fuck off.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. At least there's no freaking weird spider robots on this draft.
There was no spider robots.
That's a hit. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, that won me the draft.
It did. It totally did last time.
Also rans would have ran this draft.
So I have a judge draft scoring system.
Also rans would have ran this.
Where if you're in the first round of my first round, which counts 6 picks, by the way, because I was kind of leaving it open in case there was more.
I don't even understand this paper. I don't even know. I looked at it and I still don't understand it.
It's +3 if you're in my first round, +2 if you're in my second round, +3 if you're in my third round, and then I got a +1 if you're in the same round as me. Mm-hmm. +3 if you're the same pick as the judge, which didn't happen. Like that's a bingo, right? Yeah. And, you're in the exact same spot.
That's bingo.
And then I got +2 for the highest points in each round. So every round you did, I tallied the points. Whoever got the highest that round, and there's a couple ties. I just threw 2 in there and just for funsies.
I'm hella sad.
Even though I took the ties out, it still was just the same crazy.
I don't want to be last. I just don't want to be last. After that spread of points, I don't want to be last.
And then I got a couple fun ones. I was like hit rewind. This is kind of I'd taken off of a spin off of our boy here, Scotch, because he was probably the best judge with points as there was ever.
Probably.
Yes, probably.
Pause for humorous laughter. So I have hit rewind +2 if you surprise the judge with a character in a movie the judge hasn't seen but didn't remember, or has seen but didn't remember.
Okay.
Didn't happen. So that was
shit. Fuck.
And then I got the Cosby, which it's a TV show, but still.
You slip a roofie and then you bang him.
This is the -1. If you used a movie in the first round that the judge hasn't seen. Parentheses. I respect BVK so much. I'm going to end up watching this movie even though I don't want to. All right.
Wow. It didn't happen.
Do it even if you don't want to.
This also didn't happen. So you're okay on
good.
that. Kevin Bacon. So +1 for each actor who's in another movie with another pick in your team. So if you had multiple players in this one's the only one that took me a little longer because this was I kind of had this already figured out. So I had to go through and a couple of them I make sure that there wasn't an extra one. There was 2 Kevin Bacon points.
I like this.
2 different teams got +1 on that one.
This doesn't seem good for me.
Theme. So I had +4 for trying to make a theme with your team. Like for example, you have all Star Wars characters or something like that, because it's gonna impact your overall team score. So I thought I'd throw a little bit more if somebody's getting creative and like, oh, I got all cartoon characters. Brad.
I should have went with my heart.
Damn it.
I should have went with my heart.
I sometimes
Every
try to
character
do
from
this.
Wall-E.
Okay, I love that one, by the way.
And then an extra +1 if I actually like the theme, to be honest. Okay. And then I got this is the hoisting, so +5 if the robot drinks beer in the movie, and that didn't happen either.
Oh shit.
+5.
Big one.
That was a big one, but there I was searching hard, and there wasn't anybody who had that one. So, and then I got some interesting ones because I love the BVK pod, and I was going back through, and I really wanted to do this. Okay, so you guys draft after draft after draft. You guys 60. Almost 70 different drafts. And so I'm working on the bev metrics, and I apologize I didn't have all of the bev metrics to confirm what crazy scorings Brad said happened over the last year. But what I did find was that you had a very similar draft topic in episode 64. The most memorable robot or cyborg.
Right.
Yes, it was not too far off of this.
And
This
so
is true.
what I did do, because this was so close, is I did a episode 64 redo or redux. I don't know how you say that
With
word.
the X at the end.
I put the X on there. But
That
I
was
like
a
it.
runner-up for the BVK
So
second name. Yeah,
I did
yeah.
+3 if it was actually drafted in episode 64, because it's obviously memorable if you're drafted in a different robot AI type category, and then +1 if it was mentioned in the also-rans of episode 64.
Wow.
Shit.
God damn, he went deep.
Love
That's
it.
deep dive right there.
I used
This
to.
doesn't. I don't feel good about.
I used to
this.
think
I'm gonna-
that I was a good judge.
So this was a super hard one for Walter, but I think you did okay. If I was to
Well,
guess,
that means I
think-
got last place.
I don't know, we'll see. And on top of that, I got some gifts for everybody.
Oh.
So I got 4 gifts.
Okay.
So as we go through the teams, I want to hand out a gift, and like in true fashion, I wrapped them. So you got to open, because everyone loves to unwrap a
I
shit.
love this.
So
I love
we'll
this.
see. It'll be kind of fun
I'm
for
so
everybody.
excited.
Best draft ever.
This is the best draft we've ever done.
And then I got some all strands when we get to that. I don't
Hey.
know if you guys already did all strands or not. but-
No, we do. We do the all strands after we have a little jingle, and then we do the all strands. at the end.
We'll get those after we get the judges.
So fourth to first, right? Is that what you want to know?
yeah, that's the way we're going to know.
So we got. Is it 6 points? 7?
No,
points?
it's 7 points.
7 points in fourth place.
Fourth place. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
You guys on the edge?
I don't think I am.
I think I know where it's going.
Fuck you.
Do you want to take a guess? I'll give you a +1 if you want.
I'm assuming I need to earn some points. Can I earn 12 points? No.
That's kind of the points you need to make a difference right now.
We don't
I
know.
think
He doesn't
so.
know it's you.
All right, so in fourth place with
7
7
points.
points is Team 1.
Team 1 includes Agent Smith, The Matrix films, Tars, Interstellar, Optimus Prime, Transformers, Edward Scissorhands.
So I got to actually back up, because there is a reason for this. Okay, so I did have some exclusions. Okay, and this is a big.
You pay double for every beer from now on.
all right,
That was
so
the caveat he didn't tell you.
there was a
He told us off the air.
There was a caveat to the
I
points.
knew I was gonna fucking be in last place.
Oh, let me give you you can open this one.
Okay.
This is my boy over here.
Oh,
and so
It feels like a beer.
there was some exclusions.
I bet it's a beer.
The
No, I don't
exclusions
think so.
were
You like
for
red ales?
I know exactly what it is.
you should know what it
Anybody
is.
knows what it is? I bet.
I like the sound effects. We got some good ASMR. Yes. Yes.
Bottle of grenadine.
Little Rose's grenadine.
That's a trophy right there.
And in true BVK fashion, Walter's keeping his mouth quiet, which he doesn't have to do. Walter, give us your thoughts, man. Come on, this is your first draft.
Well,
you
before you do, I got to tell you.
I
that-
can't
Hold on,
say
oh, yeah.
anything until Hank tells us what his thinking
Okay.
was.
So
There we go.
there were some exclusions, and you nailed 2 exclusions. There was another team that had 1. The exclusions were for 2 reasons. Okay, one was it was artificial intelligence. So if there was biological intelligence, was automatically a negative point. The other one was if it was an alien species and not something that was created, it was a negative point. So the biological intelligence that I had written down were Edward Scissorhands, RoboCop, Transcendence, and Frankenstein. And I know Edward Scissorhands because I talked to
But
the
he's
screenwriter.
oh, okay.
So I have to
can't
tell
argue
you.
with that. I can't argue with he talked to the screenwriter.
That's a pretty good defense.
Yeah,
So then you're also saying Optimus Prime is an alien?
and he's an alien. He's
That
in the
was
alien
my
list.
thoughts.
Iron
Okay.
Giant's in the alien list.
Okay,
Max
hold on
and
then.
Gort in the
Hold
board.
on then. I have one argument.
Go ahead.
If Optimus Prime is an alien, right, and someone picked C-3PO,
created by Anakin Skywalker, but
where was he from? Where's he from?
But he was not an
No,
alien
but where's
species.
he from?
He's
Where's
not an
he
alien.
from? Where's Anakin Skywalker from?
Hey,
What's the definition of an alien?
All right, so
what's
an
it- what-
independent alien species. That's
What's the definition
that's-
of an alien?
artificial intelligence is created by an entity that creates the intelligence. So it's an alien species.
Okay, so Anakin Skywalker's an alien, but he created an independent.
Correct.
All right,
Correct.
I protest all of this. You know what? This makes sense. This is perfect that I'm in Zach's place.
wait a
because
minute.
I protest all of these results.
It's perfect because I was going to give the grenadine to Zach
No,
as
this
like
makes
just hang on to
complete
this for
sense
Zach someday. It worked out well.
Because the product of an alien is an alien, so that means that C-3PO is an alien, and I protest all of it. This is all under protest.
Walter, you can.
I feel horrible because
It would-
now I feel like I'm going to pay extra when I go to last call.
I think at this point you just need to crack that bottle of grenadine and shove it down your gullet because you get no opinions. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Walter just took a sip of
took a
grenadine.
swig
I
of the
love it.
grenadine. Oh,
There
that's
you go.
awesome.
Lots of grenadine.
I don't even think I've ever had grenadine in any kind of drink. I don't know.
It's goddamn delicious. All right, let's do
I
this.
believe you. All right. So
All right, third place. We only
Third-
move up a couple points.
third place is 9 points. So this isn't significant at all. Third place was Team 4.
Team 4 includes Ava from Ex Machina, Roy Batty, Blade Runner, Samantha from Her, and the WPR or Joshua from War Games.
That sucks.
Sorry.
I think it's awesome.
But
all right, so let's go through that a little bit.
Yeah, let's hear some thoughts on that. Terrific.
So what'd you think about wearing the T-shirt with Ava from Ex Machina?
So Ex Machina was great. She was my number 8 pick overall.
Okay.
I mean, she was round 2, but she would have snuck in there pretty quick. The ones that I had above her were, you're gonna hear them in a minute, but it was one where she just came behind just barely, and it wasn't for anything other than the fact that she wasn't as much of a memorable AI as the whole movie in general was a great AI movie. As an AI, I think there was other AIs that were more memorable than her. Let's see what other. Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, moving on, Roy Batty, did you know what movie that he was in? And do you know who he is?
No, he was he was my 28th pick, but I had Rachel as number 10.
Oh,
Blade
wow.
Runner, because I felt like she was much more memorable. All of us,
a different replicant.
yeah, a
Right.
different replicant. I think, as Zach would mention, that's more fuckable. What are you
Just-
gonna say?
Oh, good God.
Hank, you're gonna get to hear some fun stuff on the.
okay.
When you listen back, oh man, it was fun.
He's good. He's really good, but it was in comparison, and there's just so many good AIs. I
Well,
gotta tell
and
you.
just in case you were wondering who to give the present to, it would be the guy to your right there. That's
Right.
Nate.
So I want to make something clear here that this result is proof that artificial intelligence has a long way to go, because I put in to GPT chat, give me the top 20 movies about AI. In
I even
order
sent
from
you guys a
best to
list of
worst.
AI, and you guys still.
I know.
And then I just drafted strictly based on the list.
I'll give you this.
Look at this gift.
This is
Oh
a
my
big.
Lord.
This,
Oh God,
That's a big gift.
it feels big.
What is that? Is that a ukulele?
I think
does
it
actually
I
kinda
think you get to
sound
play
like-
little music
This is,
for
this
us.
is this is really when
I
Walter
gotta
gets
get a
pissed right
picture
now.
of that right there.
Uh-oh.
It is a ukulele.
Well, I would just say Walter is the
it's better than
first
that.
guest drafter to finish less than third.
You know what, Brad? We don't have to
I'm going
say
to double
that.
check those barometrics because I don't know if I believe that at all. To
We
be
don't
honest,
have to say
It
that.
depends on if you count Scotch Beck as a guest. I don't think he's ever been a guest.
I'm trying to figure out if Edward Scissorhands has any biological parts in him. I think he's a completely a fucking.
have you heard of
android.
this thing yet?
Oh
have
my
you heard of
Lord,
this
what is going on
before?
here?
What is
Oh.
What is this?
That's what it is right there.
It's a Loog Mini.
It's a Loog Mini. It helps your kids learn to play guitar.
Oh, there you go.
But it's pink.
This
So-
is crazy though. Hey,
But it's
He's
pink.
got two little
what's
girls.
crazy about this is
That's coincidentally
what's
convenient.
What's even crazier is though the girls I've been playing the guitar around the house, and they've been bugging me to try to get a guitar. And so just 2 days ago, I asked my older daughter if we could pull out the ukulele,
This is supposed to be better than
and then and this is like what showed up.
This is crazy.
I was meant to be third.
Yeah.
The AI knew.
So now he's
Chat
happy.
GPT
Now
knew.
He just got happy with third place.
Is Edward Scissorhands
that just killed his whole.
So he's classified as a golem or a creation.
an artificial humanoid?
You guys just continue. I'm going to play my new lube.
A lot
Do you
of
want me
opinions
to
coming over there.
set up a phone call with Carolyn Thompson?
You know
we
what?
can do that.
I don't get any opinions of that.
My daughter dances with her granddaughter, and we went to this movie in Carp, and I didn't know. It was like Edward Scissorhands. All the kids want to go to it. And I'm like, okay, let's go. I didn't realize after the show, it was a whole Q&A with the screenwriter. And sure enough, I'm like, how did this happen? And my daughter's like, oh, that's Edda's grandma. I'm like, who
Edward Scissorhands just looks like a human, just kind of like Ava does.
No, I was almost convinced, but I asked her the question exactly like this. Is he a robot or what's the story? And it was.
I'm just sour. That's all.
Dude,
that's cool.
Look at that. There's only 3 strings on it.
4 out of 3. I think he's happy with third place right now.
I think Scotch can play that. Scotch can write a commercial with that.
I got to figure this thing out, but it is badass.
that's pretty legit.
I'm kind of pissed I got Granity.
It's called a lube.
You should be. That's what fourth place is for.
You know what? I like Granity.
I can't tell you.
I like
so
Granity
far
a lot.
behind. Oh man, I
really
never want to draft. I'm kidding.
You guys,
I want to draft every time.
It sounds like you guys were both pretty far behind. So let's get to the people that are in the double digits.
No. We got to keep moving this sucker along.
I think
right?
we do.
So
but that is badass.
we got second place and first place. Do we do
do
the
have-
runner up first? Runner up.
We announced second place, and second place gets red, and first place keeps their.
They have to keep their cool.
They keep their cool, and then we will move on.
Unless
to
you're
first
Zach.
Second place with 14 points is Team 3.
And Team 3 includes Skynet, the Terminator series, C-3PO from Star Wars, Johnny Five from Short Circuit, and the Iron Giant from the Iron Giant.
Did the Iron Giant lose it for that person?
Oh, and
Yeah, that's an exclusion. That's an alien. That was a negative.
How is it an alien? See.
Maybe you need
programmed to fight in wars or some shit.
Maybe you need to rewatch the movie because Iron Giant was an alien. But it wasn't even close. I'm honestly, you're talking
it is true. It was not very close.
First place had 27, so almost double where you're at on that one.
Well,
So I gave him all.
And I gotta be honest. Team 3 did have +8 for the redo, as well as Team 2. The redos were big points.
Dude.
What'd you get?
Wait, yeah,
What'd you get?
We were talking about finding a VCR.
Yeah,
because
Holy shit! It's so exciting. He knocked over his mic.
Dude, the crazy thing is the gift he just opened up is so perfect.
I just got Strange Brew.
This is
On VHS.
On VHS.
This is really weird. Like
The worst movie
it's
they've
like
ever
the
reviewed. The worst movie they've ever done.
It's like the AI knows.
Signed by Max von Sydow.
Who's it signed by?
It is
hold on.
fucking signed
That's
by
signed?
Max von Sydow.
I might have done that myself, but it's still.
Oh man!
But it looks really close, so you might be able to pass that shit.
I'm telling people that
There's
it is.
no fucking-
that
you know
that is
what?
now into the lore. That,
You know what?
Fucking yeah, I got it signed by Max
This
von
is in
Sydow.
the AI script because how perfect are all these gifts?
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
I feel like
Hank's an AI? What did you say?
I'm just saying he might be an
Could be.
android.
Just you wait till number
Wait,
one.
so let's talk about the
Okay, so
second place
No,
team a
just-
little bit.
no, just give
looking
the
at your
fucking-
list.
yeah.
Look at your list. Skynet.
Skynet
was
wasn't
not
even on
on
it. It wasn't even on it. It was in the. It wasn't even on my all strands. Skynet was on it.
created the T800. Skynet created the T1000.
That is the AI.
But they were the AIs that were more memorable. To be honest,
That's there it is. That's what I
T800.
said. That was my.
T800 and T1000 were my number 1 and number 2.
That was
I saw
my
that. As soon as I saw the
argument.
list, I was like, "Oh fuck, I know who won this one."
When you said Skynet, I said, well, the Terminator is more memorable than Skynet. No one knows what fucking Skynet is. Everyone knows what the Terminator is.
Yes.
It is most memorable.
I know.
And Zach can explain that to you because it's not a TV show. It's a movie. And it's not best. It's not who did it.
Skynet
It's the most memorable.
created the more memorable versions. That sucks. All right. But yeah, we gave a lot of shit to Scotch because he took back to back. But well, okay.
Oh,
before that,
he cleaned up.
Johnny Five. I saw it was on your list. I appreciate
Fucking
that.
Yeah, number
Johnny
11, Johnny
Five.
Five Alive, dude. That was a great movie. Loved it. Every one of those movies I watched made my day. The only one you guys didn't hit that was in that era was the Batteries Not Included, the Weems. Oh, which maybe an
So what was
alien.
it- what-
I don't know, but I don't know.
what was the winning team? What was the winning team?
I think we have maybe one more missing.
What was the
team.
winning team?
Well, hold on. C-3PO was also above R2-D2 in your list, which I appreciated too.
3 and over 7, and it's
created by aliens, so they're aliens. I don't know, whatever.
I guess we talked about that a little bit. So Iron Giant, I will argue. I'll have arguments about that, but I wasn't even close enough to touch the winning team, which is Team 2.
What's up, bitches?
Team 2.
I got to go back real quick because Team 1 did have a Kevin Bacon, a +1 on Kevin, and this is kind of a throwback because I feel bad about the grenadine a little bit. So there was 2 of your people that were together in a movie, right? So you had Hugo Weaving, right, on Agent Smith.
Yeah, I did.
And what was the what was the number? I got to pull it up.
Tars.
It wasn't Tars.
Tars, Optimus Prime,
Optimus
and
Prime.
Edward Scissorhands.
And Johnny Depp were both in a movie together.
Yeah, they were.
You didn't know that. Whatever. 3 Musketeers, I think.
7 points.
Shit.
It's delicious.
So, I mean, that still gave me in last place. So whatever.
That's like the cherry on top of your grenadine.
Hey, thanks. I get extra points for being in last place.
All right, let's get to Team 2 though.
2015, 3 Musketeers. Yeah, they were there together, so that's a good little.
Well, thanks, man.
It's a plus.
Does it give me to first?
It got you from 6 to 7.
I'll take it.
Doesn't even get you to third.
Yeah, and obviously the other Kevin Bacon was to the two Terminators in the same movie.
Oh, my
You
Lord.
freaking crushed on Team. So Team 2 was number 1 with 27 points.
HAL 2001 Space Odyssey, T-800 from the Terminator series, T-1000 from Terminator 2, Wall-E from Wall-E.
How did Brad not take that
yeah,
one?
number one.
Fucking both Terminator fucking picks.
Had my
And that
number
was his
1
1
pick,
and 2.
Had my number 1, my number 2, my number 4, and my number 9. It's hard to lose with that. It really is. I hate to say it. And then you still had +8 on the redo because you guys voted for all of those in episode 64. You had the +1 for the Terminator points.
That sounds like a judge advantage.
Did he get?
Sounds like a fan of the show.
Did he get theme points?
He did get a prize too over here.
Let's see what it is.
Looks-
What is
that
it?
looks tasty,
What is it?
whatever it
Is it also a bottle of grenadine?
If this
That'd be
is a bottle of
hilarious.
Scotch, then that would be really
It
fun.
would be a bottle of
It
grenadine.
better
Oh,
be
no.
Black Label.
This is all planned by the AI.
I really
God
am
damn
kind
it.
of tripping.
Chat
The
GPT
AI
fucked
wrote
this
this.
all up.
The AI wrote
Oh
this
my God.
fucking script.
What is going on here? Holy shit. Dude.
It's a bottle of Scotch.
Bushmills fucking Scotch.
What in the world?
The
dude?
AI wrote this script, man.
It
I don't
really
even know.
is.
Hates an
It's-
android.
This is really weird, dude.
Bushmill single malt, 16 years.
16-year fucking.
Holy
Don't let that shit pop out the top
dude.
right now. The top is open.
I know. It's Irish whiskey. It's fucking triple distilled, 16 years, and I'm excited.
Oh my
I
god.
don't even
Wait,
know if
hold
that's
on.
good
Hold
Scotch.
on.
Dude.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's not.
Hold
It's,
on.
it's not Scotch.
Hold on.
It's Irish whiskey.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Scotch. Brad got the
Strange
only
brew.
movie that he loves and that no one else does.
No, Scotch would have
I
been
love it
100%
too,
stoked
yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Dude.
Nate
Scotch would've
got
been
an
stoked
instrument
about-
that he wants to play for his kids.
And you
And
tried
I'm
grenadine
the
for
first time I've ever been here and I don't drink
Walter,
grenadine. I got
just
grenadine.
understand, this was a big, huge AI
This is
conspiracy.
a giant simulation.
We put it through Chat GPT
It's a giant
and
simulation.
planned it all out ahead
I
of
feel
time.
weird.
That's
It is-
what we
this is
did.
kinda
Let's talk
weird.
also rans.
You know, there's a spot where if she receives pleasure,
I know.
It's a right at the tip of the
Oh,
grenadine
man.
bottle.
All right. Well,
God, it's nice to be back up on top where I belong.
yeah, you have a victory.
yeah,
finally.
Zach wasn't
first
here
victory.
to freaking take it. dude.
I had to take Zach's place 100% at last and bitching about every single pick.
Scotch is kind of mean of you though to leave Nate behind in non-victory land.
You know,
I mean, he needed a companion.
man.
You guys can
Too
eat
bad.
me.
All right. How about we talk some also rans?
How the fuck could we miss that one? I just don't understand. It's our also ran. You idiots.
Idiots. Lots of idiots in this one. Hank, lead us off, man. What did we miss here? Who's
So-
the what are we idiots?
If I'm
for?
going to take round by round, the first round I had Jarvis as pick 5. I thought he was just
So
one
would
of the most
Vision have
epic.
counted for that? Would Vision like
so yeah,
I was thinking
would
Vision.
you have taken Vision because
So-
Jarvis becomes Vision?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Vision was in my all-round list with Ultron
Ultron, of course, yeah.
because those are just not as memorable as Jarvis. Jarvis is
Jarvis is in
he's awesome.
multiple
more
movies.
movies.
for
Well,
all-
no, he's
all
only
the
in 2
Iron Man.
movies because then he becomes Vision and then
No, he's
it
in
turns
all
to
the Iron
Friday.
Man. All-
It turns to Friday in the 3rd movie.
He's in all 3 Iron Mans.
He
And then
turns to
he's-
Friday.
Before he turns to Friday, he's in 5 movies. You can go back and watch them.
Yeah, Age of Ultron is when he becomes Vision,
Right.
and then
Then he becomes Friday. You're right. Friday was awesome too. Friday was on my all-star
because he gets
list.
damaged.
Vision's more memorable to me just because in the
hammer.
No, not in Endgame, but in fucking what's the last one?
It's when they're partying in the thing.
No,
in
when she fucking has to pull out the shit out of his head.
Well, that's way later. No, when he picks
That's
up
what
the
I'm saying.
hammer.
That's what's most memorable to me. But
When he picks up the hammer.
Yep.
But then it's like he's not actually worthy. He's just a robot. He's not a human, so he can pick it up. But anyway.
All right, so.
But I agree with you. Vision was top of my list, and I didn't pick him.
I know. That was on my also answer.
I would have had a really hard time if someone picked Vision or even Ultron. It's right in there. Those are solid. The other ones I had that you missed, I had R2D2 as number 7. I don't know how you guys missed that because in 64, that was like a first round pick for somebody.
I took R2D2 as more memorable robot, but the AI, I think C-3PO is the more.
Well, that's my question. Is it
AI.
a programmed thing to do what it does, or is it learning and teaching?
He was autonomous making decisions on his own though. He was out there and other robots were getting blasted, and he was throwing things out.
That's right. Yeah.
I had. Did anybody pick Wally? Somebody did pick Wally.
Yeah,
So
Wally.
I picked
Wally
Wally.
got picked.
Baymax did.
Yeah, the winning team.
So I had
Wally.
Rachel. We talked about that. I had number 12 pick was Bicentennial Man Andrew. Robin Williams played.
Oh, no one picked that.
Amazing
no one even
robot.
I don't think
that. I don't know. I thought that was a great movie.
Chat GPT has that at 18.
I had Chat GPT. I had David from the AI movie from Steven
A
Spielberg.
movie actually called AI.
Haley Joel Osment.
Number 8.
God, that movie sucks so bad.
It was horrible, but it was when you said most memorable AIs. First
think
movie
Jude
I
Law?
thought of.
It should have
Jude
been.
Law.
Jude Law was
100%.
better than him in that movie.
I
but
refuse to watch
still-
any movie that has Jude Law on it.
How about
just like Scotch. I like the kids sometimes.
how about oh, jeez. How about Sunny from iRobot?
Yeah, that was in there. That was number 19 for me.
Number 19.
I had Samantha for number 14 from Her.
Yep, that got picked.
They got picked.
Number 15, you guys didn't even say. This movie rocked my world. Turned into amazing hit series on HBO, Westworld. The cowboy, Yul Brynner, the sadistic cowboy.
Oh, the original
I didn't.
Westworld.
That came up on every list I searched, and I had not actually watched the movie part, so I didn't pick it.
It's Michael Crichton. That was his first directed, written movie. Way before.
I didn't want to pick
Jurassic
anything
Park.
that I hadn't watched. So.
Bad strategy.
Bad strategy.
I know from listening to this podcast, it's a horrible strategy, but I wanted to stick to it.
Well, the only reason that was on my list is because I watched it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been on my top 30.
How about Chappie?
Chappie,
that was on the top of my list too, but I didn't think it'd be memorable. Like,
Great movie, but not
Very-
as memorable.
very few
It's an
people saw
indie.
that.
It's an indie film.
Yeah, I
He
really
was-
liked it.
He was my first all-surround past Star Wars and past Marvel.
Die Antwoord.
What about Robo?
Yeah, I was just about to say RoboCop.
Cyborg. That's
Cyborg.
got biological intelligence.
So
Yes.
that was my
Okay,
thought,
so-
but this showed up on a lot of lists, and I was
I
like,
know.
no.
If
that
there's a
can't be.
biological element, it's a negative one on my list. So.
I'm
What
with
about Evil Bill and Ted?
I didn't have that either, even though that was in your that would have got you points because that was on episode 60.
How about the fembots? The fembots from Austin Powers.
Love the fembots. Love the
Fembots.
fembots. But no, that didn't make my list. It made my all-strands. Stepford Wives made 30.
So now there's
Stepford Wives were in there too.
how about the any of the in the Aliens franchise? Any of those? So we got Bishop.
No, I
we've
got
got
Ash.
David.
Mother.
Bishop was 22 on my 30, and
Ash
and
is on
David
there?
from Prometheus, Michael Fassbender, married to Ava. Was,
Well, Ash was an android too, right?
29. He didn't make my list. He wasn't as memorable as the knife scene. That knife scene, like scarred by memory about
So
it.
Bishop-
Going so fast. Bishop was
We're-
number 22.
Okay. Yeah, he was. If we had another round, he probably would have been my next pick.
So what if we go Data?
Data was 16. I was just going to say Data from First
From Star
Contact.
Trek?
When
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
got
yeah.
his emotions. All of a sudden, he's on there, and it's an actual movie as the series too. Ultron was actually number 17. I take that back. So
Have you guys seen the movie Moon with Sam Rockwell?
24
Gertie
was
there?
Gertie. 24 was
Okay,
Gertie.
all right.
I have
So
not seen that, but I want to see it after I saw that on a list
a
and I read about
so
it.
fucking great
Sounds
movie.
like
And
a
the-
crazy
and
movie.
he's-
Watch it.
He's a great AI. Like
Yes,
he's
he
like,
is.
oh, I think
It's Kevin
you're-
Spacey again,
I
so,
think you're
you know,
hallucinating.
but,
and it's like,
yeah.
no, this is fucking me. And he's like,
I do
Yeah.
like Sam Rockwell, so I got to check that one.
that movie. One of your podcasts. It was a recommended watch.
Was it?
I think Zach might have recommended
Maybe
that.
Zach did.
That sounds
Really?
like
Sounds like a
Zach
Zach.
would say.
I'm going to find that. I'm
I
going
don't
to throw that
think-
in your face because that's you always tell people I watched that
Definitely
for
was
3
not
years.
myself.
I don't think
That was over a year ago at least.
I don't think
somebody
you did
recommended it.
recommendations on.
Dot Matrix number 18.
I got Dot Matrix on my list.
I don't know how you
Staring me
guys.
in the
That
face
was
right
that
now.
was 64 too. That was on episode 64. iRobot 19. Mother from I Am Mother was 20. I don't know if you guys watched that. That's a great movie.
You guys watch Big Hero 6? What about Baymax?
Oh, Baymax was number 27.
Oh, see, he had a Baymax.
Ooh.
He's on the list.
Alita, Battle Angel.
That was,
you guys
that, was
watch
a,
that?
that was a great movie. That's on my all
Great
strengths.
movie.
Didn't make the tops because I ended up watching it after Googling this. I watched about 14 movies. It was horrible. Then I get torn. I'm like, oh, which one? It's not memorable because I didn't remember it before. I had Weems as 21. That's the Battery's Not Included. If you haven't seen that movie, great movie.
Battery's Not
But
Included's a
I think
great
you
one.
missed an 80s one, but I guess you could call it Alien, is Max from Flight of the Navigator. That's the Pee Wee Herman sounding
It's
robot.
What about
that's an alien. So that was an
Alien?
exclusion.
Goddamn aliens.
But what about the robot from the Most Def movie where he does the universe
Guide?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Marvin the Paranoid
Yeah,
Android.
Marvin the Paranoid Android.
That was
He's
one I
an
watched.
android, right?
I watched
it's a
that
robot
after the fact.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't count as an alien
because he's an android.
because he's an android
So he's
created
a
by
AI, right?
other aliens.
Yeah, okay,
Whatever
alright.
you want to say.
But I mean, then
it
we're
was on my
going into the Star
list.
Wars world.
I love the books. I didn't really like the movie, so for me, it was tough to pick.
There's
It's
no
just-
way I would pick it because the movie was such trash.
But it was also voiced by
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. So I mean, it makes it that much more beautiful.
I've got
because
two
he's
more-
the perfect voice for Marvin the Paranoid
100%.
Android.
I've got two more on my list that haven't been mentioned. I just want to throw them out. If you guys seen the movie Passengers with Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt,
so
the
good.
bartender
Bartender.
Arthur,
But he's
right?
not. I don't know.
I don't know if he's
He
AI.
doesn't independently think for himself. He's a great character, great conversations. Actually, watched that movie because I wanted to get that +5
yeah.
drinker in there. But he would twitch like, oh, he's
Yeah,
getting my
he's a
program.
robot for sure.
He wouldn't be able to think on his own. So
What
he had
about,
programmers.
I like
and
how
then-
I like
he
that.
said he watched it because he wanted to get that robot drinker. I mean, that's just amazing. I love that.
the last one I got on my list is from Ready Player One, The Curator.
I never watched that movie.
Yeah.
So he turns himself into the AI.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg turns himself into the AI, the curator, into the game to get them to unlock.
that
all
goes
the,
with the other movie with fucking Johnny Depp where he like gets
That's
shot
Transcendence.
Transcendence. Yeah,
That's to me was biological.
so
yeah.
that's I think that's kind of the same thing there.
Like biological intelligence. So the other ones that I had on my list that I hadn't hit yet was Korra or Tron. Anything
Yeah.
from Tron, I would have been 23. And then I had
I had Core on my list.
Eve from Wall-E wasn't mentioned for some reason.
Yeah.
You guys probably talked about that.
Well,
Stepford
Brad,
Wives.
Brad said Eve was a higher pick than Wall-E.
I think Eva
Yeah, that's-
actually
Wally
higher
won.
than
So,
Wall-E.
I mean,
so.
whatever.
And then I had Guy from Free Guy. I thought that was a pretty good one.
Wait, hold
I
on.
haven't watched that yet.
Non-player character,
Non-player character.
NPC.
He started thinking for himself.
All right. Does he, or
That's-
is he
that's
thinking
pretty
because of the
sweet.
programming
That's
of the
sneaky.
game?
I don't know.
sneaky.
That's a sneaky little pig. I didn't have that.
It wasn't on my
list.
top 30, but these are. I'm
I
down
like
into
that.
the all strands. now.
Goddamn, fucking Hank is deep into this. I love it.
Had Dory from Meet the Robinsons, that baller cap, right? That was going after everybody, turned into like this whole thing, and then the whole world
This
is
whole
baller
thing's under
caps coming
protest.
after.
This is-
yeah.
Hank, this is where you find out that I have a strong like against non-Pixar Disney movies.
This whole thing's under protest. This whole thing's under protest.
Disney Pixar, I'm like,
that's so on brand for you.
From Robot from Lost in Space.
Oh yeah, that was on my
And
list.
then there's Lisa from Weird Science. I never saw this movie. I know Zach would have picked it. The one where that's kind of it's in the AI realm.
Well, he would have picked it and still gotten fourth. So,
Yeah.
and
then
here I am.
There's a new movie that I haven't seen yet. HBO Max. I would say we should plug it. Super Intelligence. That's got
I haven't seen that either.
John Corbin plays the super intelligence voice.
Oh,
And it's Melissa McCarthy. He's trying to use her as should I wipe out all of
I just
all of
saw
her.
something about
Came out in
this.
2020.
Yeah.
And then she's wanting to date. Oh, what's his name? I can't think of it, but it looks really good. I haven't seen it yet. But that was one I was like, that's got to be mentioned because it looks really funny. The trailer's just selling me on it for sure.
So Scott won.
By far. Yeah, I had a lot of K2SO, one of my favorite robots, but he wasn't memorable. But I would say if you were to throw all the Star Wars in there, he's probably one of the best Star Wars
K2SO
robots.
was really,
Is that
really
that's
good.
from Rogue One?
Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BB-8's in there, and Dio from
But is BB-8 also AI then? Are we saying that?
yeah, I would say he's AI. He's got some
the
independent
one
thought.
in Solo is pretty good too, but that he
Okay, my mind's completely blown.
That ends up being the Millennium Falcon's like programming according to Solo.
Just drink a little more grenadine; it'll come clear.
Dude, Hank, dude. I mean, you've just gone above and beyond. You
destroyed it.
You
man.
understood the assignment. you fucking for the minute that you sent us that first message on Instagram.
Yeah, we're all like,
okay,
real?
this dude, he's taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And you know, from the very, very beginning, I think Zach even said that I surprised you guys when the very first one I did. It wasn't even aired. It was on the basement tapes. When I showed up, I like had
the spreadsheet,
the whole spreadsheet, and everything like on the very first one. Because I took this shit seriously, because it makes it more fun, and we appreciate the fucking effort you put into this. We
do.
And
some of us do.
I was gonna say, I hope that's not coming from the first place.
and this isn't coming just because I did happen to win tonight. I love when people. Because we love this shit.
Hey, game respects game, man.
Dude.
Judge feels the judge. Like you guys.
I can't wait for you to be a drafter and then I can judge.
Hey, well.
Yes.
I'm totally kidding, man.
It's happened before, hasn't it? It's not judged Scotch awesome. Before?
No, we really appreciate you just taking it seriously and coming out here and having a good time with us. And dude, this is because we love this shit. And this makes it more fun when you actually put the effort in. So thank you
have
so
some
much.
metrics. I feel like I've listened to a few where it's like they're just on the fly, and I don't know. I really wanted to make it have some substance to it, and I thought there'd be more points. You have these ones where it's like I got 100 points, and I'm like, how am I going to get to 100? This is not happening.
You nailed it. Well, so if you guys are interested, you heard Hank what he does. If you're interested in Heritage Realty Partners and you want to invest, you have properties you want managed.
You just want answers. You just want to talk.
You want to bounce stuff. He's a listener too, right? So you guys can kick around some movie talk while you talk real estate and investment. So reach out to us on socials, on Facebook, on Instagram, email us, and we'll put you in touch with Hank and get you going. And you're a listener. He's a listener. Do some business.
Faux show. Scotch Beck.
Yeah, buddy.
What's going on next week?
Next week, it's my pick for a movie. So when this is airing, yesterday they released something on Hulu, and it's something I never thought that would actually get made. It was at the tail end. It was actually the end of the movie. They had these fake credits at the end of the movie called History of the World Part 1, a Mel Brooks classic, and they had this fake trailer for History of the World Part 2. Well, apparently the time has come. And on Hulu, they released, it's a series, History of the World Part 2 is coming. So I thought, hey, what a great time. Let's fucking celebrate Mel Brooks, who's one of my just all-time favorite comedians. He's made me laugh so many fucking times. His movies are so great. And we're going to do the movie Spaceballs.
Oh. And I love that Spaceballs is getting into this podcast before Star Wars does.
Darth Helmet.
Oh my gosh! I mean, Rick Moranis' dark helmet is amazing.
We found shit.
Yeah, like John Candy. There's just so many amazing actors in this, and it's just gonna be super fun. So yeah, we were very, very heavy on the last movie we did with Ex Machina, and I threw that little ha in there. I don't know why.
I can't stop. You pronounce that better than anyone I've ever met. That's amazing.
So we're gonna get silly, and we're gonna watch some Mel Brooks Spaceballs.
I cannot wait.
That sounds like a fun time. I'm looking forward to it. Hank, thanks again, buddy, for coming out here. And
my pleasure. Anytime you guys want to have another amazing judge, I'll come back.
Hey, don't say it if you don't mean it, buddy.
Yeah, trust me.
You will be back.
There's a list, and you pretty much just said, I'm going to the top of that list. So.
There was no Hankler's list, but maybe I'll work on that. Oh, yeah.
All right, folks. Yeah. So you've got you know what's happening next week. Come check us out. Check out the socials, BVK Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, Bez Video Kingdom on Facebook. And you know what? Thank you again, Walter, for being a part of this as well, and for making a delicious beer that you can just pick up those last few 4-packs, folks, if you need to at Last Call Brewing. There is the Bez Video Kingdom BVK IPA, the Director's Cut. Thank you, Walter. We appreciate you too.
Bye-bye.
Just a my body.